Today's class is going to be a short breathing class for anxiety. Hi, I'm Melissa from Yoga with Melissa. Today I'm going to share with you a short breathing class for anxiety. I'm hoping it's going to be around 15 minutes. You're going to need a chair for this class. You're just going to sit in a chair. My intention for this is twofold: to open up the rib cage area so it's easier for you to breathe, and then to show you a really simple, effective, practical breath that you can do anytime during your day to relieve anxiety. If you like this daily breath for anxiety, then you might like what we're doing in our community right now, which is really supporting you in daily practice. I know you can get videos all over YouTube for your daily practice. What we're doing in our community is supporting you more with the mindset things that go on pre-practice, so the step before practice, because that's the stuff that we need support with. A lot of us maybe have that challenge of coming to the mat and getting that support and coming to the mat. That's where we're putting our focus in our community. I think that is all I need to let you know about before we start. So let's start by opening up the intercostal muscles, the sides of the ribs, so that we can free up the diaphragm a little bit. So you're just going to take one arm overhead, doesn't matter which arm, and bend to the side, come back to the center. And then this arm, I have frozen shoulder, it doesn't go overhead. So we're going to side bend from side to side, just very gently opening up the intercostals. Okay, and then the breath for anxiety is really simple. You're going to be able to remember this. It's called taking a sigh of relief. So you're going to breathe in through your nose. And you're going to exhale with a soft ha. So you're just taking a sigh of relief, and this relieves your heart of anxiety. Anxiety can build up in the heart. It's a fire element build up when fire gets out of balance. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out, and take that sigh of relief. And just feel anxiety pour off you. Taking a sigh of relief. So whenever you feel anxiety, you can just take that sigh of relief in your day. And let it be really gentle. Don't overdo it, because over breathing can sometimes create more anxiety. So just a gentle sigh of relief. Okay, so let's do another movement to encourage breath. We'll just come into a twist. And then we'll twist to the other side. And oftentimes it's hard to remember what our tools are when we're in an anxious state of mind. So if we have something really simple, remember what it is. We're going to take a sigh of relief. And you can do that when you're at work, although most of us are working from home now. Nobody has to know when you're out. In fact, if you do it in a way that nobody does know, you're not going to overbreathe and create more anxiety. Okay, let's open up this breath cavity around the rib cage, the lungs again. We're just going to do a little inhale, opening the chest, exhaling, rounding through the chest. So a little bit of cat-cow here from the seated position. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Okay, remember what your breath for anxiety is? It's to take a sigh of relief. So let's do that. If you can imagine your breath coming up, when you exhale, like you're exhaling, the breath comes up like this. It might allow you to lengthen your exhale. Sometimes it's hard to get a really long exhale to really release your exhalation. And that visualization of the breath coming up like I had one of my students explain it like if you imagine an umbrella, the way the spokes of the umbrella come up like that, it can be helpful. Okay, so we're going to do one more movement just to open up our backs a little bit. Open your legs wide, roll forward through your hips, and just let your head dangle, fall forward through here. Feel your low back open up. Breathe into the backs of your ribs. They go all the way up into your shoulder blades. So breathe into your whole back here. And feel your spine lengthen out. Okay, let's slowly unroll and come up to a seated position. Come up slowly. And take that sigh of relief again. Focus on axial extension through your spine. So you're lengthening up through your spine. Sink down through your sit bones. Lengthen up through your spine. Sigh of relief. Gently, not over breathing. And feel that tension and stress fall off. You feel yourself becoming more grounded, more soft, more connected to the earth. Okay, and you can choose to finish your practice here, sitting in a chair for a seated meditation if that feels really comfortable, or you can lie down. I'm going to read you a poem in your Shavasana or your seated meditation. This poem is called The Leaf on the Floor by J.T. Barbaries. Between fresh sheets, they open their mouths, gulp sleep. The crunch springs windows up sound like cellos tuning. Low, autumnal, worn. It is a dry fall. They feed their rooms, their sighs. Things hit their marks outside. Aircraft, crickets, C5s, big-bellied with ordnance. Jump over the moon. The cicada resumes. Their sighs run to the breast's edge and back, powdered and bathed. Snugged and tucked, beloved lie of continuity. So I want to acknowledge you for taking this time to integrate a really simple, easy to remember, and effective breathing technique for anxiety, the sigh of relief, into your life so that you can relieve anxiety when it comes up. If you're in a Shavasana, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, invite some movement back into your body, and find your way to a seated position. If you're seated, we'll gather the fruits of our practice first into ourselves and then out into the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So thank you so much for supporting us by pressing that like button, for subscribing to the channel, for sharing this with somebody else who you know experiences anxiety and is looking for a simple, easy to remember, and effective breathing technique to relieve anxiety. And put "I took a sigh of relief" in the comments to help remind other people this easy to remember breath technique for when you're experiencing anxiety. If you like my 10 days of yoga for highly sensitive people, go to melissawest.com/HSP, melissawest.com/HSP. And I'm sending you so much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our Pacific Ocean. May it be as rooted as the old growth trees in our forest, and may it be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti. Namaste.